Aloha. In the previous video, we learned how to use um, input variables, and now we will start learning how to use output variables. The outputs basically are the value that return after the the view of the template. Okay. It's important because using the output you can show some values into your terminal after apply the bill, or basically take that information to like an input for other resources or for audio modules. Okay, that is why it's very useful to use this kind of output. Now let's go to the Terraform registry site to check the documentation for our EC2 instance. Let's put here in Google Terraform EC2. Now let's select this. I want to show you the documentation because I want to see how the argument and the attributes work. You always will have this documentation available. Okay, here you can pick some example. This is the similar block that we use in our template, and we define basically the required argument. If we scroll down here, we can see the argument that are all the component or characteristic that you can set into your template. In our case, we define the MAI, okay, because this is just an example, but we can set a bunch of argument into the template. We can play with this later. Okay, let's scroll down and find the attributes. See. Okay, here the attributes. The attributes are the outputs that we get after deploy any infrastructure. In this example, we will use the attribute called public IP, that is this same IP. Okay, so let's go to our template to pick this, to write the output block and pick this attribute. Okay, let's create a new file. We will call outputs.tf. Here's our file, and this block, to define this block, we need to put the word output. It's pretty similar to variables. Okay, the difference is that here we need to use output instead of variables, and then between W code we put the name of the variable. In this case, I am using public IP. Now I am describe. I use the describe argument just for documentation that I said that before. And now to define what is the value for this, I need to use the argument called value. And in this case, I need to call the resource ID that I explained in the first video. Let's copy this and then let's paste it here. We need to separate this by dot. I have the resource type and the resource name, and then we need to call the public IP. That is how it's called our attribute. Let me write that here. And that's it. Let me run the Terraform plan. Don't forget, in this case, use our var file to take the variables. And now you see the change is the output. Actually, when we apply this, he will don't make any changes in the cloud provider. It just will the change in this case will be the output. And see, this is the same IP. Let's play a little more with this. We can change our output. For example, I can open W code here, put any text, and then I can close in curly bracket my my resource address and the attribute to get a different output. Okay, let's put this to end it, and then this. Cool. And let's put W code. Let me run the Terraform plan again. Let's wait. And here is. See, the public IP is our variable, and the value is this is the public IP with our IP. Pretty cool, right? Now I think we are ready to apply this little change into our state. The changes for Terraform apply. I think this will be very, very fast because actually we are not changing our infrastructure. Okay, so here is our output. Well, I think we are done for this video, and for sure in the next videos we will be playing with this more in a more deeply way. Okay, so bye bye.